Namaste, namaste, namaste to everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of our show, Sadhaks of Sadhana. Sadhaks of Sadhana is a very special show on our Vedic Sadhana Foundation's official YouTube channel, where we aspire to bring you very interesting experiences, people, and their perspectives of sadhana by their own experience of practice and lived experience of sadhana. My name is Devishobha Chandramouli. I am the head of marketing at Vedic Sadhana Foundation, and it is my pleasure to be talking to you and presenting this show to you now. That is totally my honor and privilege. And as many of you know, Vedic Sadhana Foundation is an ATG approved not-for-profit organization dedicated to reviving the beauty and glory of the Vedas and making it accessible to everyone, especially this generation and the future generations, through transformative programs and our flagship app, Sadhana. The foundation reconnects individuals with their cultural roots and serves humanity through way of Sanatan Dharma. And today we bring you a very special guest on the Sadhaks of Sadhana show, the very lovely Neha Kare Kanbar. She's an entrepreneur, community builder, and a manifestation coach. And welcome, Neha. This is such a pleasure to be here with you, talking to you, and having you on our show.
Thank you, Devishobha. It's my pleasure and honor to be on this platform. Jai Shri Hari.
Jai Shri Hari. And thank you for saying that, because that is our special greeting within the foundation. Thank you for saying that. I would also like to announce that, Neha's community, which I'll be talking about during the introduction, Unimo, Universe of Moms, is our official community partner for the Ram Yagya mission that we have taken up. Neha Kare Kanbar is an IIM Bangalore alumni. She is the most trusted voice in the space of parenting and community builders. She is also a mom of brilliant twin boys. She is the founder of Unimo, the community that I was talking about, and the it is short for Universe of Moms. And her sole mission behind doing this or building this community is to help women find strength in each other, build a community for them, and give them a break from whatever they are doing, get them to reconnect, rebuild themselves, and then go back to whatever they're doing. This Universe of Moms is the world's largest community of moms with 500,000 people, almost 500,000 digitally connected moms on Facebook and WhatsApp. So congratulations on that, Neha. And it's really, a pleasure and a privilege that you are our community partner in for this beautiful initiative that we have. And I would also like to announce that Neha has been recently chosen by Meta for their FB Accelerator program. She's a global head for FB Community Leadership Circles as well. She is a recipient of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women Fellow program, and also a certified manifestation coach. So welcome again, Neha. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you, Devishobha. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. I think we were just discussing before we went live that we have not met in the real world, but thanks to the virtual world that we have connected so many times across channels, across panels, and we've been knowing each other through video interfaces. But looks like you are like a very, very close friend and a wonderful person. So thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So, Neha, I would like to begin by talking about your work. That I know you have you have Unimo, and you have a separate channel for your manifestation coaching work as well, right? And I do see your videos on that. And a manifestation basically is believing in the power of thought, the power of visualization, and also mantras in a way. In the context of manifestation, I would like to understand your perspective on the alignment of one's thoughts and intentions. I mean, in the sense that how important is the mantra and how does it align with the whole manifestation concept?
Okay. So I think other than, beautiful coincidence that mantra and manifestation both begin with M, they are very, very connected and very beautifully intertwined. And I'll take you through that experience of mine. But however, before that, let's understand the word manifestation more deeply, because we are on this channel. If we talk about manifestation in, in our Hindi language, or, in our understanding language, it's more about, sankalp. And sankalp se sab jab aap koi siddhi pa lete hain. So sankalp se siddhi is what you talked about, ki jab aapke thoughts align hote hain and they manifest, that becomes your reality. So anything you want to, make your siddhi, you can do it by sankalp. And that's what you are doing through this mission. We'll definitely talk about it in the end, because I'm quite excited when you told me about this idea and I partnered with it. However, going back to your question, that when we are talking about manifestation, which is Sankalp Se Siddhi, and here we are talking about mantras. Now, what exactly are mantras? I was telling you off camera also that I come from a Brahmin family, a Hindu household Brahmin family in Madhya Pradesh. And there I've grown up learning these mantras as a, I would say, a mandate. We were conditioned to understand that this is what we have to learn, and, there's no other way to it. So, of course, we knew that it was in Sanskrit. Of course, we knew them as syllables, as words, as sentences, but we never understood the real meaning of mantras. It was more like a rote learning, how we talk about, as educators. You and I both work in the education space. And I think we keep talking about this rote learning, and at times, we keep questioning the rote learning method. However, we all were taught these mantras as a sacred sound or word or phrase, which has to be repeated either silently or audibly during our meditations or prayers, or whenever we were just going, jab bhi hum Bhagwan ke samne jhuke hue the. However, going deeper into it, I understood that mantras have a very strong role in manifestation also. Mantras, otherwise, as we know, are independent, powerful tools. However, in the manifestation process, they help you focus and even channel your thoughts and intentions. So, for example, I would say that even if I keep mantra as someone, I do not believe in mantras, say, for example, and still I want to know about the power of mantras, you can take it as affirmations that reinforce your positive beliefs, that will help you align your energy when you have a desired outcome in mind and you want to just put your energy together for that outcome. By repeating these mantras, individuals like you and me can cultivate a mindset which is more positive, which is full of possibilities, which is enhancing our self-belief and also attracting the energies we want to manifest. And I'll tell you my personal reason on why I am a fond of mantras. I'm not very good at meditating. I cannot meditate. I've been a part of Vipassana and I was there for 10 days and it was a beautiful, intense experience. However, I used to always find difficulty in meditating for a deeper time. However, when I understood the power of mantras by repeatedly, saying these or, chanting these mantras, you can concentrate better. So I think you can also take it as a logical tool that if you want to concentrate better, you have something to repeat. And that's how, your meditation becomes easier. However, in Vipassana, we were taught to focus on our breath, so that's another story to it. However, anything pseudo you need when you are into a deep manifestation to put your kendra on or center on or attention on. So I think mantras that ways are very powerful tools when you are looking at integrating it in your manifestation process.
Absolutely. I think you nailed it. Mantras are a way to basically, start with a sankalp of some intention that we see, right? Manifestation, we always start with an intention, and intention is nothing but sankalp. And even when you start a mantra anushthan or something, we always are advised to start with a sankalp, right?
Sankalp,
it could be a very small thing, it could be a big thing, it could be just for the for the grace of the devta or devi on us. And but in any case, it's an intention that you set for yourself, and then you keep chanting the mantra to reinforce that intention.
Like look at the Western philosophy today, Devishobha. They don't understand the importance of Om in our life. However, we have been taught the meaning behind Om, and we have been, chanting Om Namah Shivaya and Om since, years, and our ancestors have also, taught us that. Our forefathers have taught us that. However, today, the entire Western world, even the, the scientists of the world, accept the vibrational, frequency of Om. And that's where if you have to look at mantra not as a, and not as a, believer or a atheist or someone who's, who really doesn't understand the power of mantras in the spiritual sense or religious sense, take it as a frequency or a vibration, which will help you align to your, goals, to your consciousness, to your awareness. So then it becomes like a very, very different belief system. However, I think we all are free to have our own beliefs. Ultimately, we have to all reach to that goal, and the roads can be different.
Absolutely. So Neha, I would like to understand what does your personal sadhana look like? Because you're very conversant with mantras and also manifestation from a Western perspective, right? The
Yeah.
way West
Yeah.
approaches it. So what does I know that you're a very deeply spiritually connected person because we have had these conversations before. So
Yeah.
what does your personal sadhana look like?
Okay, so first, let's understand that when we say word like sadhana, and I think it's the core of the conversation today we are doing. It's any discipline, any spiritual practice which we undertake, I think, with the goal of attaining a higher state of awareness. When we want to go to a higher state of consciousness or connection with the divine, if you believe in it, or superpower or universe. And as you rightly mentioned, that I also get into the quantum physics side of the manifestation, and I am raised in a Hindu Brahmin family with deeper, spiritual and religious beliefs. So I have the best of both the worlds. And when I was contemplating or questioning rather, मुझे लगता था यार ये लॉजिकल है कि नहीं, कि you are just taught to do something and you're doing it, without knowing the logic behind it. And that made me go deeper into law of attraction, into, manifestation, into quantum physics part of it. And then I saw the beauty of it कि अरे ये दोनों तो कंबाइन होके भी सेम है, ये दोनों तो बातें भी सेम कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पर मैजिक है या लॉजिक है. And that's why my channel is also called Magic of Manifestation, that I want my believers, my followers to believe in the magic of believing. I always tell them that what is this world if you do not have a little magic in it? So not always, not always run behind logic, but however have a balance of logic and magic to it. So when it comes to my sadhana, I do what I believe in. As I told you, I'm not, very great at meditation. So I do not really regret or question my, my strength around meditation. In fact, that's what will be my appeal to all the people who are, listening to us. Sadhana can be of different, sadhana can have different alterations. Like it can be mantra chanting, it can be yoga asanas, it can be pranayam for a lot of people, it can be journaling for people like, me. It can be seva, which I deeply, deeply, deeply follow, which is selfless service. I think, Devishobha, we are quite lucky that God has put us in a path where we can engage in act of selfless service or community service. What you and I are doing, I think that's a profound form of sadhana. By helping others, I feel you cultivate a sense of compassion, you cultivate a sense of humility, and you also interconnect. You also go back to what you have talked about, what you have, introspected about. You go back to that introspection and retrospect it again. So I think these are the ways I have been practicing my sadhana. Apart from that, moon manifestation, which is kind of a mindful walk also, which really helps me a lot, which is a great meditative practice for people, who want to practice this. I also read a lot of sacred text. When I was pregnant in those 9 months, I've done entire Bhagavad Katha. Every day I used to read Bhagavad, and I completed my Bhagavad Katha that time. Right now I'm reading Krishna. So I think reading these sacred texts or any scripture or, any spiritual text, whatever comes from your tradition, if you're reading it, it becomes a form of sadhana because it gives you intellectual stimulation and also deepens your understanding around these spiritual principles. So that is what I do. And last but not the least, I practice gratitude. I personally feel that by cultivating gratitude, by consciously acknowledging or appreciating the positive aspect of our life, we can become a spiritual discipline. We can have that kind of spiritual discipline. It will shift your perspective completely towards positivity and abundance. So if you can't do any other sadhana, practice gratitude. That's like the crux of everything. So these are my sadhana mantras.
Thank you. So I was just listening to you, and it's wonderful that you brought up the period of your pregnancy, what you did during Bhagavad Katha. It's really interesting because we do have very specific programs coming up for pregnant women and also expecting parents, right? Aspiring parents. So we have two programs coming up that we are actually planning. One for aspiring parents, and we are talking about this. This is what we teach about, chanting your thoughts, keeping your stress levels down through mantra chanting, and we do have specific mantras that we do recommend for
Love.
for the pregnancy journey, as well as for when you're aspiring. There is a certain mantra that kind of manifests
Yeah, I
the
think Garbha Sanskar is something which
Sarva
we have,
Sanskar and
yeah, I
becomes.
think
Yeah, yeah.
also that's also something which I think since the time of Abhimanyu days, we have heard about Garbha Sanskar. And during, I remember now because aap baat kar rahe ho, कि during my pregnancy, I had this Garbha Sanskar CD narrated by Amitabh Bachchan. Hitesh gifted me, my husband, and used to play every day. So I think what you're talking about, mantras have so much power, and especially pregnant lady is not just nourishing her own self, she's also nourishing the soul within her. So I think that's beautiful. That's a beautiful course. Yeah.
I think this is a good point for us to segue into the community of women that you have, the Unimo community.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you've done, you do a lot of work for the enrichment of women, especially in the community, right? And this is also part of it. And when I spoke to you about the Ram Yagya campaign, you kind of gracefully accepted, and also, your interest showed, and the kind of you immediately caught the idea and the immense power of it, right? Because collectively, what we do also has that effect. So I would really like to understand from you, as a community leader, what do you think of, how do you think this partnership or this particular mission is impacting your community? Do you see any kind of feedback or expressions of their own journey that you have encountered? Have you seen anything like that?
I think thanks to you, Devishobha, for mediating this collaboration, and I'm so glad that we are part of it. Because we don't really get, even as Indians, we do not really get a lot of opportunities to connect with our deeper self spiritually. We all want to be spiritual self. I'm sure नए साल के साथ लोगों के बहुत सारे New Year resolutions में एक होगा, we want to, pursue the path of spirituality, but how? The how is a big question mark, and there, a lot of dreams, are stuck. And there, I think, a app like Sadhana and the mission, what you have, the Ram Yagya mission, and even your app, I think what I liked about it is a very easy way in the current context of life. You have given them technology because technology के बिना आज survival नहीं है. आप कितना भी बोलें कि हम फोन पे नहीं रहेंगे, हमारा बच्चा नहीं रहेगा, but we all there. However, anything you have in your hand, I think even pesa, because I'm also a very big money manifestation coach. And when I talk about money all the time, I always tell them that don't look at money as something which is bad. Do not think of, if you're trying to attract money, you're not greedy. Similarly, when you're trying to have a spiritual anchor, say for empowerment or for balance or resilience, you do not know where to go. So apps like this, through technology, the positive side of technology has got you something which is easy to practice. It is, it will help them foster their inner strength, because we all are talking about women per se. Now, women per se are the root of Devi, Durga, Kali, Saraswati, Lakshmi, all are Devis. तो देवी में इनर स्ट्रेंथ तो बहुत है, अब उसको फॉस्टर करने की जरूरत है, और उस स्ट्रेंथ को अपने इकोसिस्टम में स्प्रेड करने की जरूरत है. तो आप खुद अगर आप एक इनर स्ट्रेंथ लेके बैठे हो, हाउ आर यू इंस्पायरिंग योर इकोसिस्टम एनवायरमेंट अराउंड यू टू मेक श्योर दैट वहां भी वो स्ट्रेंथ रेडिएट हो. So I think this mission is a wonderful mission. All the people who are watching me right now, if you're connected to this mission, it is helping your self discovery on a very very larger level. Like I think मैंने जितना साधना ऐप में देखा है, इसमें स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिसेस भी, आप लोग मंत्रा चैंटिंग की बात करते हैं, आप लोग गाइडेड मेडिटेशंस की बात करते हैं, which I think is very wonderful, because lot of people today cannot self meditate, and guided meditations make it so easy. So I think as a community partner for this mission, I feel that when I heard you talk about this mission, I felt this will serve as a spiritual anchor for all our women. Our community will have a place where they can go and embrace their roles, what they are playing in their life, even if it's of mata, even if it's of wife, of a soul, of an individual soul, of a mother, of say a friend, a sakha, someone who's, just listening to other people's problem, a counselor, a healer, a doctor, a corporate woman, everybody will find something to embrace their roles with more inner connectedness and also with more grace and confidence. So I personally feel that, the segue is definitely there. And the segue was always there. Spirituality with women is like this. You can't really separate it. Even if somebody says कि मैं spiritual नहीं हूँ, आप फिर भी spiritual हो. Because जो आप selflessly कर रहे हो, even if you're bearing a child, you are selflessly bringing a human, a life in the world, which I think is the biggest act of selflessness. और उससे बड़ा selflessness क्या है आप में? और अगर आप selflessness practice कर रहे हो, तो आप spiritual भी हो. And definitely आप spiritual path पे भी, आगे जा रहे हो. So even if you're not practicing XYZ ways, you are embracing that concept. So I think जब आपने देवीशोभा इसके बारे में बात किया तो मुझे इतना contextual लगा. And I think ऐप के थ्रू आपने convenient भी बना दिया. तो अभी जो भी लोग जानना चाहते हैं कि हम spiritual कैसे बने, यार यहाँ पर है एक ऐप, डाउनलोड करिए and फटाफट देखिए कि आप कैसे इसकी spiritual practices में engage हो सकते हैं. So I think that was the reason why I'm here and why I'm so proud to be a community partner.
Thank you very much. And I think you brought out a very good point there, in the sense that for women especially, we kind of lose ourselves in the service of, kind of make ourselves the last priority sometimes. So that is also conditioning, I feel. So this kind of spiritual anchoring also brings back the focus on what is really, our individual role in our own spiritual journey, right? It brings back to focus. And
yeah, because you very rightly said, Devishobha, that everything like love begins with self-love. If you can't love yourself, how will you love the world around you? So self-love is something which we have to deeply practice. So people who are still not in love with themselves, still who play the, I would say the game of, always putting themselves in the pessimistic life, or questioning their life, questioning the mission of their life, or, always, finding faults in their own self, have to just pause, stop, and, इंट्रोस्पेक्ट कि क्या है आप में ऐसा जिससे आप प्यार कर सकते हो, आप सेल्फ लव कैसे इनकलकेट कर सकते हो. सो आई थिंक जब हम स्पिरिचुअलिटी के पाथ पे जाते हो तो सबसे पहले आपको यही तो सिखाया जाता है कि सारे सारे रिलीजियस स्क्रिप्चर्स में लिखा है कि अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, मैं ही ब्रह्मा हूँ. मैं ही हूँ. अगर मैं ही हूँ ब्रह्म और मेरे अंदर एक ब्रह्मा है, आपके अंदर एक ब्रह्मा है, तो मैं आपको भी रिस्पेक्ट दूंगी और मैं खुद को भी रिस्पेक्ट दूंगी. मैं खुद को भी प्यार करूंगी और मैं आपको भी प्यार करूंगी. मैं आपके आगे भी झुकूंगी और मैं खुद के आगे भी झुकूंगी. तो वही तो सारे रिलीजन बोल रहे हैं, सारे टेक्स्ट बोल रहे हैं. तो हम क्यों उस कोर क्रक्स को भूलते जा रहे हैं? दैट इज द मेन मंत्र, सेल्फ लव.
Yeah, and I also spoke to some of your community members, and some of the feedback I received was that, some of the questions that I received from your community members, that I think Drishti had sent me a whole list of questions, and many were asking about, kya ye yagya, can children do this? Can kids do this? Right?
Yeah.
See the way we think. We are always thinking about our kids. उनको करना है, क्या क्या कर सकते हैं? Can this help them in their journeys? And also many people were asking, can any person of any age do this? How can we start? What are the rules? So basically, like you said, Sadhana app really simplifies everything and kind of connects us to the very core of our practices, the Vedic knowledge that we have kind of lost also. And I would also like to tell your community members, if they're watching us, that not only do we have guided mantra meditation, mantra chanting, actually, like you said, we do have another meditation app, Black Lotus, which is only for meditation. The Sadhana app is for mantra chanting and other Vedic rituals that we have. Like we have 5 modules, right? So I would like to, also tell your community members that we have these very powerful sadhanas from time to time. Like for the Gupt Navratri, we have the Navdurga sadhana. And like I said, we also have these programs for pregnant and, aspiring parents. And we also have Sri Suktam sadhana during Diwali, which is one of our flagship sadhanas that our founder himself has brought out from the Rig Veda, and he has passed it on in a very simplified manner. It's a sadhana of 16 nights. So basically, these kind of things that have been lost to all of us, so it's like reconnecting back and getting back these powerful things into the public consciousness, because ek karenge to 10 लोगों को बोलेंगे, and then it starts spreading in the public consciousness, then it becomes rooted as a culture. And then, like you spoke, right, when it becomes part of us, it becomes our mindset, and then everything starts flowing, right? So it's all a matter of making it a part of our own consciousness, of our own mindset. So my request to everyone is, please, whoever is watching us from the Unimo community, please do check out the app in detail, because it's not just about mantras. It's about a lot of Vedic rituals, lots of Vedic sadhanas that are also Anushthan based. Like Navdurga sadhana is for 9 days. Sri Suktam is 16 days.
Yes,
And
yeah.
there are many others as well for Shiv. For Mahashivratri, we are bringing up something else for Mrityunjay sadhana. So many things that are coming up. So please do stay tuned. And Neha, I would really like to, you know, tell me about your own experience with the Ram Yagya mission. How have you felt, and what is it that you have experienced?
Okay, I think as I mentioned in my first answer also that, somewhere we all, look out for something which is convenient and at the same time helping us to reach our mission. And I think through this Ram Yagya mission, I think all of us are somewhere thinking कि हम कहीं भी बैठे, हम किसी भी कॉर्नर में बैठे हैं, हम लोग किसी भी छोटे से छोटे मिनिस्क्यूल रोल को करते हुए भी we are contributing to a very larger cause. So I think my experience would be that through this specific mission, इस mission से जुड़ के या साधना app से जुड़ के, I have leveraged the power of, very positive energy. I personally feel that because it's a very collective endeavor ना, आपका group energy इतना strong हो गया है कि हर individual को energy feel होती है. And plus, there's a focused intention also, what I can see here, Devishobha, when you talk to me, when my mothers, in fact, you just shared that, when they were sharing their queries, they were sharing their experiences after downloading the app. I think it is trying to, build in a very, very strong positive transformation in our lives. And I personally believe in having a shared purpose. And I feel your mission is also about unity and shared purpose. So I would encourage everyone from, my behalf also to actively participate in this campaign because it emphasizes on the collective energy and also the intention, which is more deeper. And intention that can amplify the manifestation of positive changes in your life, which I feel is very important. Here, I am also stressing on, commitment because it talks about commitment, which somewhere, we all lack. Like जब affirmation practice की बात होती है, कोई कहता है 21 days तक practice करना है. Do you really do it? Complete those 21 days? I'm doing a decluttering exercise with my annual coaches. So I was telling them that आपको ये 7 days तक करना है continuously. So they're like, मैम अगर एक आध दिन बीच में मिस हो गया. So मतलब कमिटमेंट को लेके हम थोड़े से हमेशा स्केर्ड हो जाते हैं. तो यहाँ पर you'll also understand the importance of commitment because as you rightly said, it's an anushthan, it's a mission. It's a, you have to continuously do it. And at the same time, a lot of people are doing it together. Imagine the collective energy it's bringing to the table. And that energy is multifold, multiplied. तो यूनिवर्स में जब इतनी पॉजिटिव एनर्जी जाएगी तो जो उसका आउटकम आएगा, जो उसका रिफ्लेक्शन आएगा, वो कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग आएगा. So I think that's what has really stood out for me. And anything and everything for me starts with a word called belief. I always believe in this quote of believe in the magic of believing. And जब आप इस process में believe करते हैं, so it becomes a part of your life. And when it becomes a part of your life, your energy, your attention starts flowing towards it. And wherever your energy goes, your attention goes, energy flows. Attention goes, energy flows. Attention goes and energy flows. So overall, if your energy starts flowing, आपके life में बहुत सारी positivity आने लगेगी. हर area of life में आप इसमें कुछ positive changes देखेंगे. So I think it's also very essential to harness the full potential of this Ram Yagya mission. So I think for personal growth as well as for collective growth. So that's my experience, Devishobha, of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I think you put it very well. And there's another thing that I would like to add that, Ayodhya is more than just another temple. It's so much, it's become a part of our own emotional identity. We kind of identify with it so much because ये हमारी एक what do you say? It's become a part because it has come with so much of sangharsh and so much of history and so much of effort from not only us, I mean, we do it in the form of prayers, but there are so many other people who have done so much for as part of the mission and made it possible. And like you said, right, unless it was in somebody's belief that this will happen, the Ram Mandir will come back at the same place. If somebody had not believed it, that would not have happened, right? And if we believe today that this Ram Yagya mission is going to be a pivotal contribution of mine to this milestone moment in the history of Bharat, then it will be, because and it will give benefits not just in your personal life, or not in a certain way. I mean, not in a way predictable by us, but it will definitely have, right, in some way or the other. So my appeal to everyone watching from your community, from the sadhana community as well, please do uh, utilize this opportunity, because this is an opportunity. This is not something that we are doing. We are grabbing this opportunity, because this is something that we cannot let go. This is such a milestone moment. This does not happen in any in everybody's lives. This kind of a milestone moment, the way we have reclaimed our history, the way we have, constructed our our identity, this does not happen in everybody's lives, because history is made like this, right? So we are lucky, like you said, we are lucky to be here at this moment witnessing this. We are lucky to be contributing, to be participating in this mission in some way. And many of us want to go to Ayodhya but cannot, right? And Ayodhya is in our hands now. So uh, my appeal to everyone, really, because the Ayodhya on the Sadhana app, the temple, actually looks like the original Ayodhya.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It
Yeah.
was made with the purpose of helping people identify with the actual temple there. So that was the idea behind it. So yeah, Ayodhya is in your hands, and that's our message also. You can't go to Ayodhya. Ayodhya is with you, is in your hands. So please go to Ayodhya every day. So so that is my appeal. And also I would like to say ki, to the Unimo community, I know your tagline is "Ek break to banta hai." Your entire thing is about taking a break for women, right?
Yeah,
So
me time plans. Yeah.
yeah, so I would just like to say, please ये break आप राम जी के साथ लीजिए. एक break राम जी के साथ बनता है. So you just have to you spend like a few minutes every day, 4 to 9 minutes, to offer one yagya. Take an anushthan of offering 18 yagyas for this mission to in the name of Ramji. Just spend 9 minutes with the Sadhana app in the Ayodhya temple, and you are already connected to his energy. Just feel it and you will see what it does to you. So yeah, so that is my appeal and my message as well. So thank you, Neha, thank you very much for being here, and all the very best for all your future endeavors. Thank you very much. And I think if we get an opportunity, we should work together again. So
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to it. I think manifesting it again. Thank you. Thank you so much, Devishobha. And thanks to all the people who are watching me on. Just a bye-bye note, I would like to say that, we talked about Sadhana, and Sadhana is the name of the app also, what we're talking about. And I really like the line what Devishobha said, कि अयोध्या आपके हाथ में. I think going deeper, अयोध्या आपके अंदर है. साधना या अयोध्या एक पर्सनल जर्नी है. ये आपकी खुद की चाबी है कि आपके जो भी चीजों से आप रेजोनेट करते हो, जिस भी चीज में आप बिलीव करते हो, अगर आप उसमें अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन देना चाहते हैं, अपनी स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ में कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहते हैं, तो फील फ्री टू एक्सपेरिमेंट विद डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज, जो भी आप जिसमें भी बिलीव करते हैं, और वही साधना आपको अपने गोल तक पहुंचाएगी. तो आई थिंक ऑल द बेस्ट टू एवरीबॉडी, एंड इट्स अ वेरी वेरी इंडिविजुअल डिसीजन, बट आई थिंक someone like Devishobha and the entire mission has made it so easy for us to engage with it. I think opportunity देने वाला भी बहुत बड़ा बंदा होता है ना. यहाँ पे हमें एक opportunity हाथ में दी गई है, which I think is wonderful, and that's why I have chosen to be a part of it. So thanks to all our viewers, and I hope you all are part of it as well.
yeah, thank you so much. Actually, there's a very amazing team behind the app. I am nothing here, so anyway, but thanks for that. So,
I think kudos to entire team who has built this beautiful app. And I think it's tech-wise also very, very nice app. I should give congratulations to you because being an engineer, I have to look at that side of the app also. And I feel it's very beautifully made. And as Devishobha rightly said that, bhai, pura mandir hi dikhta hai. So I think it's a great interface also to experience the temple. So I think beautiful, beautiful.
yeah, it's a vision of our founder Om Swamiji, like I had said in the video, right? So he's our guru.
What a
He's the
visionary man. Yeah, I saw his videos and all. Very visionary. Very visionary.
visionary person, and also he's a hands-on sadhak. He has done sadhana, in
Wow.
a way that many people cannot even imagine. And all the mantras in the that is something that I also have emphasized in the video. All the mantras in the sadhana app are not just any mantras. They are personally awakened by him through sadhanas over many, many years, and they are recorded in his own voice. So that's what makes it also very, very special.
Lovely.
So it's like unlocking all that Shakti that he and his parampara has awakened over so many years.
His Shakti is also, given it more power because when you engage
Yes.
with it on that deeper level, I think it multiplies, because the mantra without a human or without someone who's a sadhak or who is a believer, it's nothing. It's not a syllable, it's a word. However, when he chose to engage with it, he has given it such amazing power. And I think that's wonderful to know. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Neha. Thank you so much once again. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
to everyone watching here, we'll be back with our next episode on the Sadhaks of Sadhana show with yet another interesting person, yet another interesting conversation. So stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.